welcome to Life Without Shakers, and welcome for one last time to walking the Wainwrights. This is it, walk number 40. It all ends today, and it ends with a steep climb in the first instance up the side of Kirk Fell. From there I'm going to just get round to Pillar and then head over Scoat Fell to Steeple before returning across the Wasdale version of Red Pike and finish on Yewbarrow. And the temperature in the car, so I was parking up, ticked onto 30 degrees, which is far too hot, but frankly I'm here now and I'm not going back again just to finish the last walk. So let's get going. And immediately I've reached the foot of the climb up to Kirk Fell, and it looks like this could be a long climb. Well, at least it's at the start when I'm relatively fresh. Oh, I've made it to the summit of Kirk Fell. This is Wainwright number 28 of book 7 and it's 2,630 feet. Oh, that was tough. I've done some tough climbs in this journey, no more so than the couple I did in the last walk. I think that just tops the lot. It's just so steep. It took at least an hour to go a mile. Anyway, Kirk Fell is the patron fell of Wasdale Head, a distinction little recognised. To most visitors in this grandest of all Dale Heads, Great Gable so catches the eye that Kirk Fell next to it is hardly looked at, and even the other two fells enclosing the valley, Lingmel and Yewbarrow, win more glances. Kirk Fell, although bulking large in the scene, is in fact plain and unattractive, a vast wall of bracken and grass, every yard of it much like the rest. Everybody's camera points to Great Gable, nobody's to Kirk Fell. But look at the map. The streams coming down each side of Kirk Fell, Lingmel Beck and Mosedale Beck, are long in meeting. For a mile or more at valley level they enclose a flat tongue of land at the foot of Kirk Fell. Every building in the little hamlet of Wasdale Head, cottages, farmhouses, church and hotel, and all the valley pastures lie in the lap of Kirk Fell. I mentioned I'd done a couple of exceedingly tough climbs last time out, and you can actually see them from here. Fleetwood Pike and the descent off Haystacks and the awful climb up to High Crag, and right in front is Pillar, which hopefully doesn't quite look as bad, but we'll see. Oh, heaven for that, I'm down. Oh, that was even worse than going up. That's just sheer scramble. It's impassable from here. Oh, this is going to be a long old walk, I think, if all the other hills are like that. start of what is known as the high level route. the scrambly ascent up pillar, which is actually the way I plotted, but honestly, the way things are going today, it's been so slow so far. I can't really face any unnecessary scrambling, so I'm just going to follow the main ridge path, which admittedly is up this steep bit, but hopefully it'll level out. Okay, that's the summit of Pillar just above me, and that is, I think, a glimpse of the high level route. That looks awful. Actually, that's not it. I think it goes further around the back of this crevice and the back of this buttress further past Pillar Rock. Oh, I've been on the go for well over 4 hours now, and I finally made it to the summit of the second fell of the day. This is Pillar, 2,927 feet, and Wainwright number 29 of the Western Fells. Wainwright says Great Gable, Pillar and Steeple are the three mountain names on Lakeland maps most likely to fire the imagination of youthful adventurers planning a first tour of the district, inspiring exciting visions of slim, near-vertical pinnacles towering grandly into the sky. Great Gable lives up to its name, especially if climbed from Wasdale. Pillar has a fine, bold outline, but is nothing like a pillar. Steeple is closely overlooked by a higher flat-top fell and not effectively seen. Pillar, in fact, far from being a spire of slender proportions, is a rugged mass broadly based on half the length of Ennerdale, a series of craggy buttresses supporting the ridge straight above this wild north face. The summit itself, far from being pointed, is wide and flat. But you get a lovely view down towards Ennerdale, down towards the North Sea, and I can still see the Isle of Man. Having not seen it at all in my previous visits to Lakeland, I've now seen it on the last 3 consecutive days of walking. Before I head off to Scoat Fell, I'll have a wander to the edge of the summit, have a look at the infamous Pillar Rock. Actually a long way down, I thought it was higher than that. Certainly not one you can climb up easily. Right, onwards to Scoat Fell. Oh, I made it down yet another treacherous, steep, scrambly descent. Oh, unfortunately it takes forever, so all the descents are like that. Anyway, it's not too bad to Little Scoat Fell. Now this isn't a Wainwright, this is just Little Scoat Fell, but after that steep scramble down and steep scramble up again, look at this beautiful ridge in front of me. And of course a beautiful view of Ennerdale. Well, it's not what I was expecting, but this loose jumble of boulders are based to mark the high point of Wainwright number 30 in Book 7. This is Scoat Fell, 2,760 feet. Although often climbed from Wasdale as part of the Mosedale Horseshoe, Scoat Fell has no fan club and few devotees, for the long plateau forming the top compares unfavourably with the more shapely summits of other fells, even easier of access from Wasdale Head, and moreover a massive stone wall following the watershed impedes freedom of view and freedom of movement. The top of a mountain is never improved by man's handiwork, only a simple cairn being acceptable. Yet Scoat Fell triumphs over its disabilities and provides magnificent mountain scenery on all sides. The mile-long escarpment facing Ennerdale between Wind Gap and Merklin Cove is tremendously exciting, wild and desolate terrain, interrupted only by a thin arête linking with Steeple, a subsidiary pinnacle of remarkable proportions towering gracefully across the void. All along here is scenery of high quality. And it is that narrow pinnacle of Steeple to which I've got to make my way to next, across this arête. Steeple, Wainwright number 31 of the Western Fells, 2,687 feet. The unknown man who first named this fell was blessed both with inspiration and imagination. Few mountains given descriptive names have fared better. Steeple is a magnificent choice. Seen on a map it commands the eye and quickens the pulse. Seen in reality it does the same. The climbing of Steeple is a feat to announce with pride in a letter to the old folks at home, who can safely be relied upon to invest the writer with undeserved heroism. Wow. Another wonderful view of Ennerdale, out towards the Isle of Man across the Irish Sea. What a splendid viewpoint it is. Right, have a quick breather and back across the arête for the last two of all the Wainwrights that I've got to do. It is, in every definition of the word, the home stretch. And so I arrive at the penultimate stop on this whole journey. This is Wainwright number 32 in the Western Fells. This is Red Pike, Wasdale, 2,707 feet. Wainwright says there are several Mosedales, and the best known of them, and the best, is one branching from Wasdale Head. The circuit of the ridges around this side valley is a succession of exciting situations and fine vantage points in rugged surroundings, and a highlight greatly enjoyed on this splendid expedition is the traversal on the crest of the mile-long escarpment of Red Pike, its top cairn dramatically poised on the brink of a wild cataract of crags forming the eastern face, for this is a grim declivity falling 2,000 feet to the valley, a place for adventurers or explorers perhaps, but it carries no walkers' paths. In contrast, the western slopes climb more gradually over an extensive area fueled by Scoat Tarn and Low Tarn, before coming down roughly to Netherbeck. Yeah, it was actually quite a nice gentle climb up, I have to say. Most welcome at this stage of the day. Okay, I know I say it every walk, but this time it really is true. There is only one more fell to go. Well, this journey has one last mean trick in store. That's Yewbarrow. I've got to get all the way down there, all the way back up again. It could still be a long end to this walk. That really was a long and winding descent. Seems to take forever. And immediately I'm faced with, oh, it looks like an impossible climb. But it is the last climb, so I've just got to get through it. Yeah, this climb has definitely saved the worst till last. Got stuck for a few minutes, a bit low down, trying to work out how to get round a sheer cliff face. This isn't much better. I think I'm nearing the top now. Oh, I made it at last to the summit ridge, and it's a sight for sore eyes. The very last summit in all of the Wainwrights for me is just around the corner. And this is it, Yewbarrow, 2058 feet. This is Wainwright number 33 in book 7 and Wainwright number 214 in all. My quest is at an end. Well, apart from the small matter of getting back down to the car. Wainwright says many mountains have been described as having the shape of the inverted hull of a boat, but none of them more fittingly than Yewbarrow, which extends along the west side of Wasdale for 2 miles as a high and narrow ridge, the prow and the stern coming sharply down to valley level with many barnacled incrustations. These latter roughnesses make the long summit rather difficult of attainment from either end, while the steep sides also deter ascent, so that Yewbarrow is not often climbed, although it is a centrepiece of magnificent fell country and commands thrilling views. It does, although the bulk of the end of the fell does rather block out most of Wastwater. Panorama of the Scoat Fell range though. Anyway, it's rather fitting. I started this journey with the first fell alphabetically in book 1 and I ended it with the last fell alphabetically in book 7. Wasn't entirely planned that way, it's just a happy coincidence I think. But it's a fitting way to end nonetheless. Wow. I didn't think this day would come, but it has. No more Wainwrights. Okay, time to get back to the valley. Oh, I finally made it to a path. It's going in the right direction on some sort of vaguely level ground. Oh, I thought it was tough going up Yewbarrow, but that was just stupid. It's just sheer scree slopes. Took absolutely ages to do, about a quarter of a mile. I've still got about a mile and a half down the road. When I actually get back to the valley yet. And at long last, the Wasdale Head Inn is in sight. Oh, it's been a long old day today. Wasn't expecting to be anywhere near that long. Oh, I'm probably going on 10 hours, I think, 9.5 maybe. Lost track of time. Yeah, it's a lot tougher than I was expecting as well. You see in front of me here, Kirk Fell. That was nasty. And Yewbarrow was possibly worse. But there's some nice views on the way. And Yewbarrow, of course, was 214. All of the Wainwrights now complete. The end of the journey. Ah, what a ride it's been. Yeah, well, that's it. Can't say hope to see you next time because I don't know when that will be. But as ever, thank you very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. Yeah, and until next time, bye for now.